And then you brought up something that I think is probably the new technology of the year that's been in the cases for about the last year or so is the Ring doorbell.
Yes.
I've had in the last year several cases that were really, what made it or broke it, depending on what side of the aisle you were on in that case, was an interview that was happening with DCF, and the guy was smart enough to go onto the porch, and the Ring doorbell picked up the entire interview, and we had it sent to the court reporter and had it transcribed. We had a case where a Ring doorbell picked up an incident of domestic violence. Also, Ring doorbells establishing patterns of when people were home and when they were not home, when they left, when they came back, coming, in and out the front door. Think
Things
that's,
to think about.
yeah, I mean, people just forget that, hey, I put that up there and now it's either being used for me or it's being used against me, but there's video footage of what happened.
I
So
always tell people that if you leave your house for an hour and you go somewhere, you're going to be on video at the minimum 8 to 10 times.
yeah, yeah, it's the world we live in, and like I said, it's scary. It's got positives, but it's also scary for somebody who maybe values privacy and is more constitutionally minded. How much should the government know, or how much should these big corporations know? But they have access to it, and it's there.
Once you give them access to it, it belongs to them.
Yeah, yeah, and that's I think that's a thing that is gonna really probably be the one of the topics that's discussed in the next 50 years. How do we maintain our privacy rights, but obviously I can't communicate using smoke signals. I need to be able to use a cell phone without opening up my entire private life to the world. So
Yeah. And
I
it
think
really,
it may be something that gets revisited, I think, or has to get addressed. But, you know, Dan, we were set for the talk for about 45 minutes and we've already went into an hour, and I definitely want to get you back on. And, if it's, I don't know if you'd be okay with this, but maybe we could find a phone, not a phone for a real case. Maybe I could go to Verizon and get something. It'd be great to do one of these, and actually test the phone out. Like I'll go here, go there, and then see the data that you pull from the phone, and do some of these things. I think it'd be interesting to do that and see how these technologies, really work and give people a better idea about them and how, and their uses. But yeah, I feel like we could do a full episode on each one of these and go into even more detail.